Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. It has been a while since I've been here and I wanted to come back by finishing my sketchbook. I have mere 8 spreads left, I think, and I wanted to challenge myself by attempting to finish them all, but I wanted to try and finish this sketchbook. I have been so desperately working at it, and guess what? I actually have my next sketchbook already here. I purchased one and I will definitely show you what it is soon. I don't know if I'm gonna do it in this video if I finish this sketchbook or not. Maybe not, I don't know. I want to experiment and try different techniques and things. So I've got my pencils here, and this is the pencil that I was talking about in one of my last videos. So it is the Woomer color pencil. It is the WP205 Caribbean Sea, and this is the blue that I wanted, and this is the blue that I purchased from the Holbein. I thought they would be similar, but as you can see, Holbein one is very aqua, whereas the other one is very like lilac-y, like, you know what I mean? Like it's like this kind of like shade in between them and like with extra white. So it's got like a very like, I don't know, but it's like the perfect color. And it's already coming down. I've got so little left now, so I need to find one like this. So if you can help me find a shade that looks like this, would be amazing. But yeah, I remember somebody reached out and said in my comments on that video, it was the cow video that I painted where I ordered some art supplies. So yeah, this is the blue that I wanted, and I just want to come in and mess around on top of I used gouache and watercolor for this piece. So I need to add some details on top of here because it's getting lost in the background, I think. So I'm just gonna bring in some lines. This is a super quick sketch I did on my lunch break, and then I took it home and colored it in over the past couple of days. Honestly, like, I'm not looking to do anything specific. I just kind of like messed around and wanted to experiment with the colors, which I did. I really like the blue and the browns. I think it turned out pretty cool. So yeah, I want to just figure out. But yeah, welcome back. If you're new here, my name is Laura and I never introduce myself in my videos. So if you are new here, welcome. And I'm a mixed media artist and I make a bunch of different paintings and artworks using a bunch of different media. And this video is going to be just that. I'm going to be working with some, I don't know, some mediums and some techniques that perhaps I've not explored enough, so I want to do that today. Do you see how perfect that blue is? It's just wonderful. The way that it layers over the top of the paint as well is really, really good. I noticed that sometimes the other pencils don't do this, but this one layers over the top so nicely, and I'm so sad that I'm almost out. So I need some more of these. Like, I need to have a look on the Woomer website if they would sell just this one individually or not, but oh my god, I love it so much. It's the perfect color, it's the perfect creaminess, the texture, everything is amazing. But yeah, not sponsored. Just gotta say that. But yeah, I just wanted to add some textures and things, but I need to bring some colors in here. So the original sketch for this was with pencil, so it kind of got lost in the background. Do you see how quickly that changed the whole vibe of this? Like, just a few pencil lines and you could call it finished. It's quite interesting how that works. Quite cool. Sometimes I get stuck with my paints and I don't know where to keep going, basically, especially in like my sketchbook where I'm not looking for something crazy. So yeah, it's cool to be able to just pencil in some areas. And so earlier today in the garden, I spotted a big toad that was swimming in a bucket, and I relocated him because I don't know if he was able to get out because the wall was quite high and the bucket was deep. So yeah, but I think the next painting I'm gonna do is based on some of the things from the garden. So I've got the toad. I also pulled some carrots, so I want to make like a gardeny theme. This is some of the vegetables that I picked here, and you can see I picked some carrots, cucumbers, bunch of tomatoes. I also took some pictures of the marigolds. I did take some pictures, some more pictures. I've got like peppers, a bunch of different vegetables from the garden. Even one of these guys, I don't even know what it is. It's like a pumpkin gourd thing. But yeah, look at how gorgeous these are. So I think I'm gonna try and fill in as many pages as I can coming up with some garden themes. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and draw a frog, literally big body, eyes. You got some hands. I know it looks funky, but you gotta trust the process. And then feet. I usually did this all the time by scribbling crazy silhouettes and then basically like filling in the gaps and like making it look like a frog, I guess. But you got your guidelines, so then you can just fill in. Okay, something like that. I mean, it's not perfect. I didn't try and make it perfect, I suppose, so yeah. I don't know why I've been really into graphite sketches lately. I used to use colored pencils all the time, but recently I've just been really enjoying the fact that I can erase. So I've been using a lot more graphite. So I'm gonna use some of these guys, I think. Okay, so I'm just gonna go in with these Neo Pastels. So I'm just gonna start filling in some of these areas. I really like the texture of the Neo Pastels in this sketchbook. This is the Royal Talent sketchbook, if I didn't mention already, or if you don't recognize it. But I like this sketchbook a lot, but I'll say that next sketchbook is not a Royal Talents, unfortunately. I wanted to experiment and try a little bit of a bigger sketchbook. It might be too ambitious, but because it actually takes me a while to finish sketchbooks. But I'm not gonna lie, the Royal Talent sketchbook, there's so many pages in, and I love that you can like scribble and you don't have to worry too much about like running out of space. Basically, you can like just keep going in and, you know, doing very mindless doodles on every page. You don't have to make it nice or perfect or anything, which I love, because you know that you're gonna have plenty of space and you're gonna be able to just keep going. But it's taken me ages. I don't actually know or remember when I started this sketchbook. I didn't write it down in the front. I'll have to go back to check when I finished my last sketchbook to then be able to update when I started this one. But it's been a while, so I'm ready to finally let go. So yeah, I ordered a new one and I'm excited. Okay, so this is what I have on this spread. I really like it. I really enjoyed the frog. I've been really loving the Neo Pastels on this paper, so I wanted to try it there. So this was on the Neo Pastels as well, without water, and I really enjoy the way that the texture looks on here. It's very smooth and like, I don't know, it's just really nice. However, for this one, I actually did like a wash, like a greeny blue, so turquoisey wash over the page with a pupe marker, which is the like Tombow dupe. I don't know why the Neo Pastel just like is really hard to build on top of itself. I don't know, am I the only one that's noticed this? Like even here, like you can still see the background pop through, but then when you use it just on the paper, it's really interesting how that works. So same as here, like on the watercolor, it actually worked really well. I didn't have any issues. I wanted to test that out, but I think because watercolor is kind of matte on itself, so yeah. And then I just added a little bit of wash there. I wanted to experiment a little bit. I mean, the ink that I use in my lamy is like bleed proof. No, it bleeds when you put water on it essentially. But yeah, here's to the next one. I mean, it took me quite a while because it got really dark. So yeah, I don't know how much I'm gonna actually be able to get done, but I might even like take this to work tomorrow and do some more doodles. Okay, so I did like a watercolor piece. Not really sure what's going on, but I used one of the flowers for reference and I wanted to like mess around with the watercolors, but look how much that's pooling in there. Oh dear. Pick that up a little bit because that will probably never dry. So but yeah, I don't know what to do with this. I think I might just draw some carrots maybe. I've got the cute picture of the carrots, so I might just do that. But you know what, I might go in with some watercolors and oh, you know what, I'll do neon orange. I've got these neons, and I will paint in some carrots. And then I'll go over the top of them with some more media. So these aren't the first carrots that I pulled up, but these are, I think, like the second batch. The first one we did ages ago now, like a month or two ago, and those were way too small. So we didn't pull many. I think we only pulled like a couple of them. And then I decided today to pull some more to see what's under there. Sometimes it's interesting to pull because the tops obviously appear quite large, but then when you pull it, you pretty much pull nothing up, like it's the teeny tiniest little carrots. But also it doesn't help because that's the variety that I got. Basically, carrots are really hard to grow because you need to have like the perfect soil, and because my soil isn't great, because last year I needed a lot of soil, and the company that I called, they didn't have any soil, but they had topsoil. I didn't know what that meant, so I just agreed to that. And obviously I later found out that that is not like a perfect soil to plant anything in. I mean, you need compost, right? They didn't have any. They said they won't have any until the end of season. So I didn't really have a choice unless I wanted to spend an absolute fortune buying like individual 50-liter soil bags. So I didn't want to do that because it was already getting quite expensive. You know, in the first year of gardening, like you always end up spending an absolute fortune. And especially because when I moved down here, I had given all of my supplies and everything that I had from the garden seasons from before to my mum, because where we moved we didn't have a garden, so there was no point in, like, there wasn't any storage either, so I couldn't really store any of my supplies for gardens, and so I just gave it all to my mum. Obviously she got a use out of it, so it wasn't an issue. I was happy for that. But when it came to us moving here, I finally had a space to do a garden and like all of that, so I had to buy everything from scratch. So I tried to do as much budget friendly as I could. So I wanted to buy like a bulk bag of soil, which is so much more cost effective. But like I mentioned, they didn't have what I needed, so I got the next best thing, I suppose you could say, even though it wasn't really. And it's actually ended up costing me this year's garden as well, because the soil quality is just not great. I managed to pick up some like manure from my colleague. She has horses, but the manure that she had actually wasn't like good for the plants straight away, so I had to leave it for a few months. And I did manage to use some, but it just wasn't enough, and the soil quality in like where the roots are for the plants, obviously the ones that have been established, was a little bit like it wasn't great, basically what I'm trying to say. So for carrots you need very like earthy soil, same as for any root vegetable like potatoes and stuff. Luckily for potatoes, like they're very hardy and they will grow regardless, but they just won't grow very big, I suppose. So same for the carrots. So when I knew what soil I got in the end, that doesn't really retain a lot of moisture, and it kind of like it just doesn't soak up a lot of water, as well as the soil like becomes a little bit hard when it gets wet. So I knew that like big regular carrots just wouldn't do, so I got some varieties that stay like cone shaped. They're quite small, so it's expected that these carrots will stay quite small, but some of them grow quite big. So you know, every time it's a mystery what you're gonna get. So, and I do love that about having a garden, like you just don't know. But next year I'm definitely gonna invest in some more soil, and I'm hoping that I'll be able to get some nice one so that I can grow bigger carrots and bigger potatoes, and maybe the quality of the vegetables will be a little bit bigger. They'll want to grow a bit more. I mean, the tomatoes don't really mind. Tomatoes are quite like versatile. They really don't mind like a lot of the soil quality. Like it doesn't really determine a lot for them, but which I'm very grateful for, because I would have cried if my tomatoes didn't grow well. I mean that they're growing pretty well, but I do know that they could grow better. My zucchinis hate the soil, so I didn't really get much out of it last year and this year. So yeah, it is what it is, but I'm still super happy with what I have got and very grateful. So it's always a pleasure going in the garden. I love it. While these dry as well, I'm just gonna draw in some stars or something around. And I like doing these like multicolored stars. I'm sure you've seen me do this before, where I grab just a bunch of different colors. I've done this in a lot of mediums, not just these, but I usually do them in watercolor, and I really love the way that they like bleed together. But I just wanted to experiment and do it with the Neo Pastels because they're right here next to me. So yeah, I love it. It's like one of my favorite things to do. I just love the way that like the colors interact with each other as well. So it's really nice. I like, and it fills the page, and that's what you want, like especially now that I'm trying to finish the sketchbook. I want to fill in as much space as I can, as quickly as I can, and these are great for page filling. And you know what? It could also be cool to add water to these, but let me see what I can do. God, I love this. I love this lemon. Is this a lemon yellow? Yeah, lemon yellow. And then these are just yellows. Yeah, I love the lemon yellow. It's so good. And then what happens when I add water to it? Okay, so it's nighttime now, and I'm just about to go for some dinner. I think this is it for me for today. I'm gonna see if I can fill up another page maybe tomorrow at work on my lunch break. If not, then I will return and show you what I get up to. But for now, this is it. I hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure to leave a like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye guys.